What's up, guys? Dakota again with another YouTube video. Another morning session. Again, the date I believe is May 11th, 2020. Okay, just gonna go through 3 pairs I'm paying attention to this week, find those setups, and see how we can capitalize off them. But before we get into that, reviewing last week. Last week was actually a profitable week. Didn't hit my weekly goal of 5%, but we had about 2.7, either 2.7 or 2.8% gain last week. I believe it was 2.8. Hit losses on GBP NZD at the start of the week, and boom. But our setup for UChef and Euro, I believe, did come through. UChef was the main culprit. UChef hit our order pretty much perfectly, then came straight down. This is our setup. We saw us in the channel approaching that essentially supply zone, looking to enter for a risky entry at the top of the demand, at the top of the ascending channel. We got that entry. Price flew all the way down to our take profit 60 pips. Then here on Euro USD, price hit the kill zone, went up, didn't actually hit our take profit. We closed at around, I believe, 40 pips profit at 41. Also, and closed on my second position on UChef, right? So that was the only position that I actually did not send out. And I will go back and review how many pips we lost here and see how many the pip count that we actually had last week. And with that, I'm thinking the pip count was close to 0, but nevertheless, still a profit of 2% last week, or 2.8% last week. Let's go here. Okay, so the 3 pairs I'm paying attention to: Euro USD, UChef, and GJ. Euro USD has not been treating me too nicely over the past month and a half. All right, but it's giving me clean setups, and at least when they do play out, they pay out significantly. So I see in a perfect setup essentially. So I'm going to take it. After this week, if I'm still negative Euro USD, I'm going to stop looking at it for probably the rest of the month. Do some back testing on it and see what I'm not paying attention to or what I'm not seeing in what's going on here. So first, UChef EU. We said it before the call. It looked like we had opportunity, and we do. So EU gave us a downtrend, came down to this demand zone, gave us an impulse to break this trend line, and then what happened after that? Lauren, what happened after that? What happened after that impulse? Can you hear me?
It looks like a flag.
Yeah. So you were muted. I just had to unmute you. But
Okay.
Looks like a flag. Yeah. Here, if you move like this, yes, we got a flag. Overall, we got a correction. Correction came down to our kill zone, so we're looking at a opportunity to enter now. Wait, but before that, we actually need to check what Fibonacci level this is on, see if it's on one of our major fibs. And it is about the 61.8. I'll lower this down a bit. Right there. Okay, 61.8 Fibonacci level. So now all we have to do is go down 2 time frames and look for our JCP. Okay, we have a morning star there telling us that we should have entered. So with that being there, I'm going to enter now. First, I'm going to check out the stop loss. See how much I'll actually be risking here. So set my stop loss below the Fibonacci level. Not the Fibonacci, but the impulsive move. Yep. And having a 65 pip stop loss and going for 2 times that. Which for this one, yeah, I like it a lot. Because it's not coming right up to that zone. And so it gives it a little room to work with because price may not go all the way up to that level, but that has the potential to go up to that level. So looking for a 2% gain out of this move and going to enter right now. And a little update, guys. There was this sheet that said I used my lot sizes for I enter a trade. I was doing that, but there's this app that does it way more accurately than the formula that I have plugged into here because it takes into account how many pips each pip is worth depending on the pair. Okay. So basically, different pairs have different pip values. Like every pip is worth differently. So it takes into account that factor. So instead of plugging it in here, go to this app called Stinu. STINU. Enter your account balance, your risk, and the stop loss. I believe our stop loss is 65 pips, which on Euro USD is going to be the same number that's right there, but on other pairs it will be different. There we go. So it's going to look like that when you're ready. Then you're going to hit play button. You select the pair here, Euro USD, and it gives you which or lot size. So 0.15. Next JP that presents itself, I'm going to enter as well. I'm going to shorten up the stop loss and sorry, I had to make sure that mathematically makes sense. I'm going to shorten up the stop loss and lower the risk. I'm going to risk 0.5% instead of a full percent. And here, doing 0.15, we are on Euro USD. 0.15, and we are buying with the risk of 1%. Let's go 3. Oh, that's the wrong account. Let me close that. It's the right account. Take profit. All good. Perfect. 1.54. Okay, and after I complete the challenge that I'm doing right now, I'm actually going to be logging basically in FTMO process. I'm going to do the challenge for FTMO on a 100 account and log that process or log that experience, whether I pass or fail the next one. So that's gonna be, yeah, that's perfect. All right, in the trade, Euro USD. Let me go ahead and send this out. Should do 4. Yeah, I'll do it on the 4 hour. And something I learned yesterday. Yesterday, there's this YouTube video which I'll post in the announcement section. This psychologist, his name's Brett S. I forget how to pronounce his last name, but he gives some valuable information in there. In that interview, which I think would benefit a lot of people. So I'll be posting that, and when you guys have the chance, strongly recommend that you go through it. So only 4 hours. So, Lauren, can you break down to me what's going on right now? What are we looking for?
So this is like an ascending channel, and then it broke out of it.
Hold on. Focus on what happened on the left side first. What was over here?
Oh, okay. So unless I was a ascending channel and it.
No. Forget the ascending channel.
Oh. Okay. So it's moving. It's moving. A trend line is moving correctly. I mean, in an upward trend.
Yeah, we had an upward trend. What happened to it?
It broke.
And gave us a.
It gave us a descending channel.
Perfect. And like you were just saying, what happened to the descending channel?
It broke with an impulsive move. Now we're looking for a correction.
Yep, and we're going to be looking to buy or sell.
We're going to be looking to buy.
Yeah. So what could this whole entire thing be producing, though? Because if we look back over here, we see that the trend line broke. Trend line's broken. In order for us to continue moving down, we need to confirm that it's going to go down, right?
Right.
So, but within this impulse, price is giving us a descending channel and told us that it's going up. It could be going up to form that correction for us before continuing down. So we can't really see everything here on the 4 hours. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Everything a whole lot better. Yeah, so price is broken the descending channel. We got a correction here. Correction still isn't clear on the 1 hour. It's kind of crazy. Look at 30 minutes. Zone. This area is going to be our kill zone. Let's make sure that this is actually on a fib level before we just execute, and we're also going to figure out this pattern before we do anything. Because if it's not one of our patterns, we're not going to enter. All right, Fibonacci. So technically on the 50 Fibonacci level, we have convergence going on, or confluence. Yeah, I don't like this, and I'm not going to enter. I'm going to enter because right now there's no clear pattern, at least from my eyes. And second of all, what I see within this is actually a bearish flag.
Right.
And I'm actually looking for this to continue down, and I'm not going to enter that because there's contradicting information. So what I'm going to do is actually reset this, still a completely new markup, and see if we see something else. If we don't, if we see the same thing, just pass on an opportunity, wait for something better to appear in the week during the week. So you saw that same exact thing too? Something like, let's go to weekly. So we go to downtrend, see price just recently bounced off that downtrend. What's the potential uptrend? Right there on a lower time frame. This was where I was starting the uptrend, but it looks like we can start it up here. And it actually looks like we have a potential triangle here. Yeah, that's not helping me. And because that line that I previously just had, or that I had, didn't do anything. It didn't tell me anything. It was just useless line creating a neat little shape. So right now, you can see price has rejected this area several times. So price tends to respect this area right here. So I'm going to be looking for a potential opportunity to sell in that area. It's actually in that area now. My main thing going into this, I'm looking for a sell period. The reason I'm looking for sales is because price has actually came up to this trend line, and every time price has hit this trend line previously, price has gone down. The safest entry for me to actually enter for a sell is wait for this trend line to be broken, correction, and then look for it to come down. Inverse to that, if price breaks that downtrend right there, then we'll wait for a correction. We'll look for it to continue up and potentially continue up all the way to the supply zone up here. But not going to be taking the opportunity, at least right now, based off the daily. We'll go down to the lower time frame, see if there's something clearer or opportunity for us. Okay. I still see that that could potentially form a flag. And I see that that was an option that was broken. And I hope I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. And based upon what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like that. But if we get this correction, where would I want this to correct to? My kill zone is going to be about right there. So it's in the area. Still hasn't formed a pattern that I trade. So I'm not going to be taking that opportunity because there is no pattern for me to enter off of. Let's go down to the 1 hour, see if there's anything clear. So there's no opportunity for me. You do see an opportunity, go ahead, take it. But I would definitely like for a deeper retracement and more structure to form to give me a pattern that I can identify. Let's go over to GJ. Okay, GJ, from last night's overview, I was looking for price to correct down here, potentially from the expanding triangle, and then continue up. You can see price came down to that area, but it actually broke through the trend line. Breaking through the trend line, obviously, we're looking for a correction, and we're going to be looking for it to move to the downside. Still an entire new markup on this one. It's my supply zone there, my demand zone there. We have a downtrend here. We have an ugly downtrend there. All right, so I'm not going to draw that. I'm going to draw the downtrend within this impulse on the lower time frame. Moving too fast for anybody? Anybody want me to explain anything that I've talked about so far? Or is everything pretty much making sense?
Yeah, I'm catching it.
Okay, so here, what do you guys think we're doing? see. Let's see. I don't see anything.
Well, it broke that downward trend and then impulsively to form what looks like, I'm gonna shoot him down. This is like it's a flag is forming.
You're seeing the flag. You're seeing it more like this.
Yeah.
Cool. So you agree that this is the impulse and this is forming a corrective pattern, essentially.
Correct.
Right. So I agree with that. So if we have an impulse and we got this correction forming, where is this correction forming to? And the thing that we would find to figure that out is essentially our kill zone and use our Fibonacci's. So for this particular one, I'm going to set my kill zone pretty low. I actually want my kill zone to come down to here. Let's stay up a little bit, but I had that alert there for a reason. So I'm looking at price coming out of there. When price gets to this area, this is actually where I'm looking to for a JCP. And since I'm on the daily, I would actually be looking for my JCP on the 4 hour. And the reason I was warned is because I implemented the 8 hour into my the pairs that I pay attention to. But that's based upon my back testing. I will show you that and see if it flows into how you look at the market as well. But for now, just focus on.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Cool. I'll be looking for entry on the 4 hour time frame with this. Look down. For opportunity right now, looks like we potentially have an impulse continuing down right now. I don't want to, there's no reason for me to go for that. I'd rather be patient for this and wait for all that to set up. But I will bet on solar time frame and draw a short-term move or look for a short-term move for you guys. If you guys want to capitalize off of it. I mean, it's simple. All it requires is patience. You got to wait on a correction. When it corrects to our kill zone, get us a JCP, enter, and look for and look to take profits here. All right. With this, really not going to be a problem or an issue. Your stop is going to be that big, especially if you're basing off of even a previous recording. I think I accidentally that slipped out of my mouth. But yeah, just under about 115 pips. It's an easy take profit, especially for GJ. And let's send out that screenshot too. Any questions over that?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, cool. So those are the 3 pairs I'm paying attention to for the week. We'll see if they play out, and hope you guys are able to capitalize off these moves. Again, if you guys do want to hop on these calls, ask questions live, and even look at charts after these recordings, go ahead, click the link in the description, join my Discord server, and add it, and so that you can communicate with everybody that's actually in the group. But I will catch you guys Wednesday. Hope everyone has a great week.